Hi, and happy winter solstice. I'll just stick around for a few moments in case anyone shows, considering that I'm thinking my clock on my laptop may be a little slow compared to everyone else's. So I will just patiently wait. In the meantime, I'll click on comments, even though I don't think anyone's here yet. Nope. And there may not be anyone. If no one can make it, not a problem. I will still do a few card readings if anybody pops in later. My daughter and her boyfriend will be coming home on Saturday. I'm super excited. I haven't seen her since, well, it's been over a year. Or, yeah, I guess it was about a little over a year because they did not come home last, but oops, sorry about that. I forgot that I had my channel open with this. So interesting how I'm just now popping. It just popped in. I wonder why. Maybe there's a delay. Who knows? So what I was saying is my daughter did not come home last Christmas. She's in the big city in Alberta, and it's about 10-hour drive, so she doesn't come home very often. And last year, they decided to spend the time at her boyfriend's place, well, family. So they came home at Thanksgiving instead. Okay, so it's been a few minutes. I am going to just do just a regular 3-card spread. I'm using what is called the Gilded deck. This is one of my favorite. Actually, on here it just says Easy Tarot Handbook by Josephine Ellershaw. I thought it was somewhere I saw that it was the Gilded. Yes, illustration from the Gilded Tarot deck. And it's by, I'm not even going to pronounce his name, but it's spelled CRRO. So this is the one deck that I'll be using tonight. And it's this one. I don't know if you can see it with the glare. And this is the back. And then another deck I'm going to be using is the Witch's deck. It's my favorite, Witch's Tarot. And the book is from Ellen Dougal. And here's the back. I don't know how they do it. I'll do it over here. Yeah, maybe that's it. And the deck was made by the artist is Mark Evans from Queens, New York. So I'll be using that deck as well. And it seems to be a popular one, is the Light Seers deck. Everyone's familiar with that. This deck is smaller than it's a small deck. And I do have the box that it came in somewhere. It's somewhere here. But it did not come with the deck. So I have to find it. I mean, it didn't come with the book, so I'll have to find that. So I'll start with the Gilded. And just in case, if you're new to my channel, I host writing sprints now and into the new year, Saturday at noon Eastern. And I normally draw either a tarot deck or a Monology card. And last time I did from the Stone Oracles. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards up. I've been reading tarot for, I want to say 20 years, but not consistently enough to remember all the cards. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to, all of a sudden, I'm going to draw cards tonight for anybody who shows up. I normally don't host or go live at this time of night, so maybe that could be why it's kind of funky too with the ceiling light. I'll turn on the lamp, floor lamp, and see if that makes a difference. Oh, it might make a little difference. Okay, so I'm going to draw 3 cards. Just shuffle them up, and I don't read them upside down or inverted. It's just all one way. So the first one is the devil. And keep in mind, it's not evil, just like the death card is not evil. The next card is the King of Pentacles. And for some reason, I struggle with the King, Queens, Knights, and Pages to remember what they're for other than the actual suit they're in. 5 of Wands. And I'll do one more. No, I was only going to do 3. Sorry. Okay, so I'll get my book out because I'm not familiar with the devil because I usually don't get the devil card very often. But like I said before, it is not evil. It's not a scary card, just like death in the Tower. The devil appears quite often when a situation is dragging you down and you feel hopeless to change it. It can show a form of enslavement, whether to an ideal or an addiction, or even manipulative or controlling relationship. So that's this one. And the King of Pentacles. Pentacles is usually to do with money or finances in some way. And King, of course, represents a male. So we're just going to look at my deck in my book because, well, that's what it seems like it wants to do today. Okay. Just like in the picture, it looks like he's just getting bored. So maybe he's bored with his money. He's got so much he doesn't know what to do with it. Or he could be just bored with his job and he's looking for a new one. They're not afraid to take risks. That's for certain. 5 of Swords. There we go again. Normally, Wands is the creative or inspiration. These cards are just not talking to me tonight. I can't think of anything to go with just from the images on them, which is kind of strange because I normally can, at least lately. Represents conflicts. Totally makes sense considering that they're all attacking they're each attacking someone, and cooperation is needed. Sometimes it's just a petty argument, but sometimes it's not. And of course, grudges can last a lifetime. Let's see if the next draw is a little bit easier for me to do. And just has a warning, I guess not really a warning, just a little bit of information, that it is now 10 after the hour, and if no one shows up by 1:30, I am just going to close the stream and go work on something else, like my writing. I have a chapter that I need to type up, or just planning into the new year, or maybe just go read a book. But what I really should do is some house cleaning. But I cleaned the bathroom yesterday, so that was a plus. Okay, so another card. Another King of Swords. What are these men trying to tell me? To learn them. The next one is 10 of Cups. Happy house, happy home, happy life. Ace of Pentacles. Ace is always for beginning. And of course, the Pentacles are both with financial. So we'll go back to the King of Swords. Swords are typically obstacles or challenges that you're going through. So maybe there's a certain man in your life. Could be your father, could be an uncle, could be your boss, a friend who's just giving you some trouble for the time being. And then we'll look in the book to see what the book has to say. King of Swords. Really should have them ear dogged or whatever. Okay, he's not afraid of hard work and will keep. Oh, sorry, that's not it. That's the King of Pentacles, which I had earlier. This is the King of Swords. Sometimes he wears a uniform. Interesting. Very interesting. What I don't like up with these ones. I think I'm just going to go with my own interpretation that he's some kind of obstacle in your way or causing an obstacle. And the Ten of Cups, which is I pretty well did that one, and okay. The Ace of Pentacles is the beginning, like all aces. I think I may just shut this down early because these cards are just not talking to me, and if they're not talking to me, there's no sense of continuing. Okay, it represents prosperity and material gains, the beginning of a successful endeavor that brings good financial rewards. So new jobs, new projects that could lead to more money. And just a little tidbit, how I normally store my cards is I put it in cloth, wrap them up, and for the longest time, I had them in these little zipper pouches. They're kind of cottony, nylon-y in the center, and it's a perfect size, and it keeps all your cards in place. And then I found these really cool boxes. Just the lid just comes off, and I store them with a crystal of some kind. And they go in my drawer. So I'll go to the next, more of a spread. And in honor of the winter solstice, I'll do a specialty spread. I was in a writing sprint this afternoon, and this one was offered up as a spread. And I have seen it on Instagram too and other places, but since it's handy, I'll use it. And it is with 5 cards, and I'll use the Witch's Tarot. So the first one represents the darkness, what's hidden within. And it is 2 of Wands. And the second card is the Knight of Wands. The Knights are a little bit easier. They're usually to do with messages. And that one's for what will illuminate your path into the next year. The Death, what to leave behind in 2023. And it is the 8 of Wands. Rebirth, what to focus on moving forward. And it is the 10 of Pentacles, a happy card, happy family. And of course, a family does not necessarily have to be blood. It could be your chosen family or a family that you're even possibly married into or adopted or what have you. And the last one is the theme for the upcoming year. And that is another page of swords. So with my interpretation, the Two of Wands for what's hidden is waiting for a journey, making decisions. So maybe there's a decision that lays ahead that you're having problems dealing with. Hello, Heart RC. If somebody pop in, awesome. And Merry Yule to you as well. I just drew a couple of two separate draws of four each from my gilded deck. And this one is a 5-card spread in honor of the winter solstice. And for darkness, it's for what hidden. We just started going into individually. And so that one was the Two of Wands. And to me, that is waiting on something, perhaps a journey and choices. And the light was the question, it was for what will illuminate your path. And we got the Knight of Wands. And knights are usually for messages. And I'm just going to double check my book for that one. I'm really getting those major cards. Not the major, but the people, as I like to call them. Okay. It's when the Knights of Wands comes into your life, he brings change, exciting activity, card of movement that you were unexpected. So perhaps, oh, sorry. That considering it's under the wall, you will illuminate your path, could be some exciting news. 8 of Wands for death, which is in this case what to leave behind. And Wand is usually creativity. Okay, and it's to what to leave behind. It says here about spells that were cast will happily manifest. Typical for air fur symbolizes travel for business or pleasure. So maybe you'll be doing less traveling in the next year. That is very strange. And it's also the time for fresh ideas and creativity. Strange. But maybe, like, I know sometimes when I've read cards for other people, it makes no sense to me, but it's for someone out there or who I was reading it for. For the rebirth card is what to focus on moving forward. And we got the 10 of Pentacles, which represents a happy family. So perhaps in the new year to focus more on your family other than your career, and maybe theme for upcoming year. I got the Page of Sword. And pages is usually, maybe that was it. Pages for messages. The knights are for movement. Oops. And that's why I need to do these more often, not just reading them for myself, but reading them out loud for people out there. So pages and swords are typically obstacles or hardships you need to cross over, climb over, whichever, work yourself through. No, I do not need that one. Here we go. And that one is the theme for the coming up. You need to think quickly and act decisively, but keep your temper in check. So perhaps the theme is to focus on your temper, your emotions, but also act quick. Make decisions. And the message of the Page of Swords is that caution, cleverness, and tact are needed at this time. Try to tact before you take a step at your opponent. So if you are still here, RC, if you would like to have a draw yourself or just a card, whichever you prefer, I have 3 different decks with me right now. I have the Witch's deck, this is the back. I have the Gilded, which I will bring back, since I was not expecting anyone, being already at quarter after. And this is the Gilded. And the back of this one. And also the Light Seers deck, which is quite popular for the Heart Breathings writing community and the sprints I attend. And that's the back of that one. No? Okay. I'm going to put the Gilded away. Yes, I definitely need more practice with both live videos and reading tarot for others and out loud, because I normally just do them myself. I've occasionally read for other people. I used to read for my mom all the time, and it was quite funny because she has 3 daughters. She passed away 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, and I would always draw the 3 of Cups. And this deck was gifted without a deck, without the book. So I have to find a book. And it's also a smaller deck, which is what I was kind of looking for. I'm going to split it in half and get one that sort of in the middle. And we got Ace of Cups. Cups usually represent emotions, and the cup is with emotions, and Ace is usually the beginning. So I take that as beginning of a relationship, perhaps. Just beginning to look more deeper into yourself. Yeah. I'll put that card away. And I will just do one more. And then I am going to probably go and read. I might spend another 30 minutes or so with my writing, since I haven't put in very much words today. And I'll draw it in from the middle of the deck. And I got the 8 of Pentacles. Very witchy. I take it as, without a book and not looking at any other books as a guideline, I see it as Okay, Pentacles is usually finances or your job. And I would say she looks kind of concerned. So perhaps there's choices to be made. She's feeling overwhelmed, perhaps. There's lots to do, but she's not really sure where to start. Oh, there it is. Okay. So hopefully I will be doing the live tarot reading a little bit more regularly, a little bit more notice. I'm thinking once a month or at least every 6 weeks or so, but I'm going to try to do once a month. And I'm back to doing my live sprints, writing sprints on Saturday at noon Eastern. And then that'll be it until the new year. I'm not sure what my other day will be because I started doing those writing sprints for the Heart Breathings writing community, and the spot that I picked because no one was there, someone else's. So that is awesome. I can sprint with JD during the day instead of at night. Well, that is it for tonight. Thank you for coming. Have a wonderful winter solstice and happy holidays. Bye for now.